Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tales and Thrills. Tonight, we're stepping into the twisted web of fate, accidents, and death's cold designs as we break down Final Destination, Bloodlines 2025, in full kill count style. Yeah, we're counting every death, every gruesome domino effect, and every moment death proves it always wins. If you love the macabre dance of accidents and inevitability, buckle up. This one's a brutal ride. Bloodlines returns the franchise after a long break, marrying the classic Final Destination formula with deeper lore about bloodlines, curses, and legacy. The film opens with a chilling prologue. In the 1960s, a restaurant called Skyview collapses in a disastrous event that was supposed to take lives. One woman, Iris Campbell, has a premonition and prevents the collapse. But by cheating death, she sets off a chain reaction that haunts her descendants decades later. Fast forward to the present day, and Iris's family is now in death's crosshairs. The movie revolves around Stefani Reyes and her brother Charlie, who find themselves entangled in death's design because of a bloodline curse linked to Iris. As the body count rises, the rules of the franchise get twisted. Death doesn't just kill, it punishes lineage. Let's get into the deaths. First up, Iris Campbell meets a horrific demise early on. In her own compound, full of weird rigs and contraptions, she is impaled through her mouth by a weather vane, a brutal twist that fits the franchise's love for ironic Rube Goldberg-style death. That's kill number one. Then Howard Campbell, Iris's son, meets an equally brutal end. His face is shredded by a lawnmower in a violent trap set within the compound. Kill number two. Julia Campbell comes next. Her death is one of the more shocking ones. Her jaw splits in half, and one of her arms is ripped off by a garbage truck's compactor mechanism after a chain of accidents. Kill number three. Next is Eric Campbell, who has a particularly gruesome death involving his many metal piercings and a malfunctioning MRI machine. His body is crushed, twisted, and impaled in scenes of magnetic horror. Kill number four. Bobby Campbell, the youngest descendant, becomes another victim. He is impaled through the forehead by a vending machine spring during the course of Death's design. Kill number five. Darlene Reyes, Stephanie's mother, gets a sudden, tragic end. She is crushed under a collapsing lamppost while trying to escape DS chain from her estranged mother's compound. Kill number six. Finally, the siblings, Stefani and Charlie, in a gut punch finale, are caught in an overwhelming disaster. A derailed train and plunging logs combine in a horrifying crash that kills them both in spectacular fashion. Kill Durker 7 and Number 8, two separate victims in one scene. Beyond those main character deaths, the film references a slew of off-screen and background victims, bartenders in Skyview, chefs, patrons, and various casualties connected to Death's map. According to List of Deaths wiki, there are many unnamed deaths mentioned off-screen in newspapers, maps, and the film's lore. List of deaths. So, the confirmed main kills total 8 on screen. But the hidden death map suggests dozens more unshown victims, part of Death's cosmic ledger. What makes this entry stand out is how Death's design is tied to bloodlines. The directors explain that those who cheat death don't just escape, their descendants become marked. As CBR reports, the film uses a death map where victims are connected by lineage. CBR, one of the biggest discussions among fans, is Eric's death. Eric wasn't originally in the Campbell bloodline, but he dies anyway because he tries to trick death by reviving his brother Bobby. The directors say messing with the plan is a surefire way to get caught. Screen Rant +2. Screen Rant +2. Bloodlines also calls back to earlier Final Destination entries. The sibling dynamic from Final Destination 3 is mirrored here with Stefani and Charlie, giving emotional weight to their doomed fate. Screen Rant. Every death in Bloodlines is a mixture of elaborate setup, ironic twist, and inevitable finality. Garbage trucks, weather vanes, MRI machines. Death uses everyday objects as weapons. And because the film leans hard into family, betrayal, and curse, each death stings harder. In the end, Stefani and Charlie's final crash feels both tragic and poetic. Their attempt to survive only feeds into death's pattern. Even the credits hint that the cycle isn't broken. Newspaper clippings show how people connected to the tower collapse keep dying. The Review Geek +1. So, final kill count, 8 on-screen deaths, plus dozens unshown in the background. It's a smaller number compared to apocalypse-scale horrors, but each one is intricately designed and loaded with narrative weight. Bloodlines succeeds not just through gore, but through theme, the idea that blood carries debt, that survival is never permanent. In combining Final Destination's classic death mechanics with a new mythology about ancestry and fate, it revitalizes the franchise while staying true to its roots. And that's the kill count for Final Destination, Bloodlines, 2025. Which death shocked you the most? Eric's MRI, Julia's garbage truck, or the final train crash? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you cringe every time death wins, and subscribe to Tales and Thrills for more horror breakdowns, kill counts, and deep dives into cinema's darkest corners. Stay spooky, stay safe, and remember, you can't cheat death forever.